Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Moltrap here, and sometimes YouTube bugs me. They've been changing stuff lately, and it's changes for the worse, and they have no way of actually telling them about it that I can tell. Like, their help area is worthless. You just go in there and it's like, hi, do you need help? Look at this FAQ, and you're like, no, it's not a frequently asked question that I have. And they're like, hi, look at this FAQ! And I'm like, no, I don't want an FAQ. Show me the damn, like, where can I email you? Oh, you can email us here. I'm like, sweet! Click on it, it's like, here, look at this FAQ! Yeah, it's stupid. Anyway, so I don't know how to tell them that they suck. Unfortunately, they changed my YouTube channel layout. I apologize for that. It was not my doing. I did not have anything to do with that, and I can't change it back. I've tried. It doesn't seem to be a way to change it back. So that's one dumb thing. The other dumb thing is that, like, this probably wasn't intentional, but they have this thing where, like, if I pause the video and then drag the progress bar back to the beginning, it automatically plays it from the beginning. So I'm having to, like, pause it and drag it back like 7, 8 times, 9 times, 10 times to try and get it to pause at the beginning so that I can play it from the beginning so I can sync the MP3. Something else dumb that they were doing too. Oh yeah, now my subscriptions list. I can't, like, open in new window my latest subscriptions because it, like, just opens a link to it, opens another subscriptions window. It's really weird. Anyway, what is Fantasy doing? Fantasy's doing something weird here. Let's see what. Okay, he's actually just running in. He may be trying to block this expansion. Okay, yeah, so that's what his plan was all along. Was to go in here and block that expansion, which he's done. He's gonna try and get some more hit points on that engineering bay by running his SCV in there, but the second drone is gonna be attacking him, the SCV, so it's gonna not prevent it for very long. So not really that effective of a thing, actually. If he'd really gotten that engineering bay up, a decent ways, then it might have been better off, but he has to cancel it, and Type B, not really, not building the hatchery, though, for some reason. That was kind of weird. So he went to all that trouble, killed that engineering bay, was blocking expansion, and now he's not expanding. Finally he is. Fantasy kind of failing at blocking with his SCV. Anyway, looks like he, oh, maybe that's what happened, is he put down a pool when he realized he wasn't going to be able to get his expansion down. The pool's now in, so he's going to get some Zerglies out. Sorry, for some reason I just... Sorry about that. My throat just started itching for no reason. Anyway, this is the final game, by the way. I should have said that in the beginning, but this is the final game of this group between Type B and Fantasy. Stats owning the group, killing off Much, and then I'm sorry, no, killing Fantasy rather, and then moving on to beat Type B in the winner's match. So Type B has gone down to the final match here. Fantasy, losing his first match and then polishing off Much, is now here in the final match as well. And yeah, this is for all the chips in this round's table. This is for whoever. Oh, and he's got a second factory. This is kind of a well, it's not crazy, but it's a little bit abnormal, I think. Maybe I'm just not thinking straight. But he's gotten a second factory down. Type B runs in there and finds out, I don't know what that Overlord was doing, actually. He sees the gas. I mean, he saw a factory at the front door, so he had to know that there was gas, obviously. Maybe he was checking, actually, to see how many SCVs were on the gas mine, and if he saw 1 SCV or 0 SCVs, he would know it would be more like a harass into expansion. But he may know from seeing more SCVs on gas that there's going to be, I think... Yeah, there are still SCVs on gas, so he may be knowing now that it's going to be more of an attack, a more aggressive strategy, I guess. He's got his lair up already. He's got his spire going. So if this is, if this was the Fantasy build, then that's how we saw Jadong defeat the Fantasy build, was going for a 2-hatch spire build. And SCV is going to get pushed back. Excuse me again. But Fantasy, it looks like he's gonna go for some Vulture Harass though, and we saw, okay, yeah. I was gonna say he's mining out that top mineral patch there so he can get in behind the expansion. But that's not gonna happen anymore, so Type B's shut that down. But the trouble is not over yet. He can still try and run them by, theoretically. Although, actually, Type B might be in a pretty good position here at this point because he's got that second colony up at his main base. And, uh-oh, Fantasy's, he's going to try again. He's killed off that Zergling with his Vulture. He's going to try again to run in there and mine out the mineral patch. And he's already got a lot of mining time on it, so he may be able to mine it out. In fact, the Vultures are heading that direction. He's going to be able to, he has mined it out. He's going to be able to completely circumvent this this door here. And, wow, that was kind of weird. He built an Evo chamber, I guess, as a blockade. And now he's decided to cancel it and build a den instead. But the Vultures are coming in the back. He sees it. His Overlord is in position. He sees the Vultures coming in the back. Fantasy needs to move now while he still has this window open. Instead, he's delaying and dilly-dallying. And the Vultures are not going to be able... Well, I was going to say they're not going to be able to kill drones. But in fact... Type B has decided to leave his drones within attack range, after all. So, it gets one drone, actually, but the mute has come out, and now he's going to be able to drive off those Vultures. But more Vultures coming in the front. Zergling stopping the front door. Nicely done. Zergling's running into the breach at just the right moment to block that Vulture, surrounding it, killing off the Vulture. And now Fantasy's in a little bit of trouble. Well, he's not in a terrible trouble, but he's lost map control. He's lost control of the game. The mute is now, and this is one of the things that's actually, it's funny because I think I went to the first few lectures of this semester of the UC Berkeley StarCraft class, and one of the things that Alan Fang, the instructor, he actually did like a whole lecture on like, you know, well, I'm trying to figure out how to explain it in as short as possible, but well, I won't talk about the whole lecture, actually, but what he did do is part of one of his lectures, he was talking about, you know, distractions and things, and he showed a fantasy game where Fantasy had run around some Vultures, and it bought him enough time, just the running around Vultures, it bought him enough time, they was able to get Goliaths out, and that's exactly what he's doing right now. Those Vultures running around are not accomplishing anything at all, but they've bought him time such that he had 0 Goliaths when those mutas popped out, and now he's got several Goliaths, just because those mutas had to stay at home and chase those Vultures around for so long, because they're so fast that they couldn't be caught up with. So, you know, the Vultures kind of saved him, again, in this situation, just as in the VOD that we saw in the StarCraft class. And now he's going into an expansion here, now that he has enough Goliaths to protect here. And this is going to be really bad if Type B doesn't do some damage with these Mutalisks now. He's probably going to switch into getting some Hydras as well. And then Fantasy's going to have to switch into getting some tanks. But right now, we actually don't see... well, actually, the way he's... Let's see. Okay, no, he's moving all of his Overlords out of the way just to kind of keep them safe, I think. Yeah, we don't see... We saw a Den earlier, but I don't see any Hydralisks. Fantasy is moving out with several Goliaths, which is a little bit strange. I don't think he quite has the forces to really move out. But he may have just been, you know, hunting for Overlords or something along those lines. Actually, no, he canceled the Den. He canceled the Den. So Fantasy has nothing to worry about right now. He doesn't need to get tanks out or anything like that at the moment, because the Den was canceled. I don't know if Fantasy knew that. I don't know if Fantasy even saw the Den, actually. But he is putting down some mines just in case, because he's got to expect some kind of Hydras to be coming at some point. And there's